year 2038. These are the adventures of the Trinidad and Tobago Sea Naval Unit, defenders of the Twin Island State, formerly known as the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard. My name is Commander Carol Joseph, and I am the operations officer. The turquoise waters around Trinidad and Tobago shimmered under the tropical sun, masking the undercurrents of danger that lurked just below the surface. The Sea Naval Unit, SNU, an elite task force dedicated to protecting the Twin Islands, is placed on high alert. Rumors had circulated that a drug cartel was using Trinidad and Tobago's isolated spots, particularly the infamous Gasperee Caves, as a waypoint in their smuggling operations. The SNU, led by Commander George, had been tracking the cartel's movements for weeks, and tonight, they were closer than ever to cornering them.
SNU to muster in the operations room now.
SNU mustered, sir.
Thank you. At ease. Mates, Naval Intel calls to our operations room from our neighbors at the Gasperee Cave location. Have been complaining about unusually heavy traffic of strange-looking characters plying their trade at their location. They have complained about drugs being dropped off and picked up at all hours of the night. With immediate effect, I am placing the SNU on high alert. There will be no leave until further notice. I need you to stake out the joint and bring in the perpetrators to answer for their crimes against the people of this Twin Island state. That is all.
Okay, listen up. Sierra November Uniform Bravo team, go get your rest now because tonight, Gasperee Caves will be your mission.
XO log, the commanding officer have given me strict orders to keep a keen eye on this mission. The Prime Minister, government officials, judges and business officials have their beach houses located on the Gasperee Island. As the mission time approaches at 2100 hours, Sierra November Uniform enjoys their supper, the SNU ship's crew get their briefing below deck and a drone is sent up from Stobles Bay to keep an eye on the open sea, the shoreline and the mangrove. Visibility is clear, just the right condition for this type of mission. Mission is a go.
As we approached, the cartel members abandoned their boats and disappeared into the caves, desperate to evade capture. I motioned my team forward, and they sprinted to the cave entrance. Inside, we could hear the splash of footsteps as the smugglers made their way deeper into the caverns.
Through the dense mangroves and moonlit waters, the sound of engine revs echoed. Speedboats cut through the waves, carrying bundles of contraband. "This is it, team," Commander George said, her voice a comm anchor through the comms. "They're cornered. We move as soon as they dock." Her team, outfitted in black wetsuits and night vision goggles, steeled themselves. The Gasperee Caves loomed ahead, their entrance dark and ominous, yet alluring.
With a final desperate act, the drug dealers leaped into the legendary Gasperee Cave pond, its still waters rumored to hold secrets as deep as time itself. I watched in shock as the cartel members vanished beneath the surface, followed closely by my own team members diving in after them. I followed my team into the drink. When I surfaced, I gasped, stunned. The dark caves now glowed with a strange, ethereal light. The surroundings felt distorted, and the water itself seemed infused with a pulsing energy. As I turned, I saw my teammates emerging one by one, bewildered by the odd shift in their surroundings. My eyes fell upon something surreal, a door, floating inexplicably in the middle of the cave pond. Engraved on the door were peculiar, futuristic symbols and a small plaque.
Confusion spread across the team. I, Lieutenant Commander Marcus, had to step up and assist Commander George, as the only place we could have proceeded was through the portal door. Then suddenly, a booming voice echoed from nowhere, and yet everywhere. "This is the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard. Advance and be recognized. You are in Trinidad and Tobago territorial waters. Identify yourselves."
My team and I exchanged glances, realization dawning. Our communication ceased working, our overhead drone fell out of the sky, our modern-day technology stopped working. We had traveled some 60 years back into time. We were actually seeing before us the TTS Trinity Coast Guard ship in excellent condition. Despite the bizarre turn of events, we were determined to complete our mission. I rallied my team. We had unfinished business. If the cartel had come to 1978, they would be hunted down and brought to justice, no matter the time.
As we were boarding the TTS Trinity, we spotted the drug cartel members hiding in the mangrove. Now as stunned as us, we jumped back into the water in a tense standoff, disoriented yet driven by pursuit. As we engaged, they found out that their experience and tactics were no match to ours and that we had the edge. One by one, we overpowered the smugglers, binding them with improvised restraint. Once subdued, they were taken on board TTS Trinity. We were then transported to 1978 Stobles Bay.
As we restrained our prisoners with hand ties to be transported to the mainland, the Coast Guard's crew thought that we were a special policeman unit, so without causing chaos, I had to make it look that we were on an undercover special mission to be taken up the following day by a secret police unit vessel. The day we were taken to Stobles Bay by the Coast Guard in 1978, we were told the Bob Marley is visiting the troops at Tetron Barracks.
I remember distinctly when the time travelers visited Stobles Bay. They were like people from the future. They dressed like American GIs. They looked different, very foreign. They wanted newspapers and they were very interested in TV news. We showed them pictures of Port of Spain and surroundings. The CO was called back to the station. The men lined up for their salaries that day dressed in short whites before proceeding on liberty, and Lieutenant Grant went up to visit the air wing. The following day we dropped them off at the Gasperee Caves and left them in order not to compromise their secret mission.
As I thanked the commanding officer of 1978, Commander Mervyn Williams, I explained to him the importance of keeping our visit a secret. On the SNU departure, I instructed my team to wire the portal with high explosives. As I glanced at the portal, I could feel the energy waning, as if waiting for our departure before closing forever. As the explosion rocked, I said in a firm, commanding tone, "Let's go home," accompanied by my prisoners in shackles. As we dived into the cave surfacing in the year 2038. Mission accomplished.
Hi, this is Lieutenant Uhura from the Starship Enterprise. This is a comms to all serving members and veterans of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. That portal was left there by Captain Kirk and his crew when we visited the South American galaxy. Please subscribe to Junior Lewis YouTube channel at https://www.youtube.com/@JuniorLewisFlix for your Trinidad and Tobago military flicks.